Alright, so um, I will say this, like, for the Shamavi today, both times actually, the first one was better, but on the flutter breaths during the practice, is as if like something else was doing the work for me. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but it is according to what Sadhguru said, is you just do it with the right intention, and what will happen will happen. So it was like something was moving within me on its own, doing the practice on its own, with the flutter breath specifically. Haven't got that far with anything, with any other thing, but specifically with the flutter breaths, it's like the shit was moving on its own. It's like it wanted to go faster. It wanted to go rapid fire. It was so interesting. So yeah, it's definitely doing something within me. It took about however many days to get something, and it was a joyful experience. It was nothing crazy. It was a 30-second little opening of a door, like a little crack opened up, just a little peep, you know? But that little peep lasted me quite a duration. Like, it was interesting. Just that little thing. I noticed though with Shambhavi, or not Shambhavi, with Isha Kriya sort of calms everything down and brings everything very quiet, where it's just complete nothing. So if I do Isha Kriya after Shambhavi, then it's sort of just a calm. There's no, like if I just do Shambhavi, that rush of energy will always be there. If I don't do Isha Kriya after, but if I do the Isha Kriya after, it sort of calms everything down and brings it to like a calm state of like mind. It's not as like energy surge. But the Shambhavi is very powerful. This is definitely, in terms of the practice, I've had powerful states before, but this one is like, this specific practice is powerful. I've had great states of sweetness of emotion, much more powerful than Shambhavi, without even having to meditate sometimes. Like even before it, the sweetness of emotion states, I've had that, but I never had the terms of explosiveness that Shambhavi generated. It's a bit different. With some meditations, you can get quiet and you can get a joy to explode, or you can, or sometimes I wasn't even meditating and I had a joy explode within me. But Shambhavi's, the joy that was exploding was like an energetic burst. It wasn't like a happiness, it was just a complete energetic burst. Very interesting. Something completely different. I've never experienced this specific type of joy before. It's like a burst of explosion. It's not the same as just a regular warm burst, like a warm pour. This was like a explosion. So it was pretty interesting. Yeah, that's what I have to say about Shambhavi in the practice. So still doing it. Yeah, so I'd say today was definitely a breakthrough with it, but not a significant breakthrough, but definitely a breakthrough for sure. Now, to get to the thing that I wanted to discuss about was, what is it that I want to do in terms of like life and fulfillment. I'm just listening to what Sadhguru says, which he says to do Shambhavi 2 times a day for the mandala. Yeah, he just says to do Shambhavi 2 times a day for the mandala, and then do it after that, after the mandala, do it once every day for 6 months, but I might do 2 times, we'll see. In terms of like progressing fast spiritually, I don't really care. Like, this is what Sadhguru was saying, is like, once you get this state of peace, then what are you really, like, then life begins to become an exploration, and now you're seeking, instead of just trying to seek peace, you're seeking something else. Like, you're seeking to go beyond now. When peace and like calm state is your normal state, I can just see it. Like, I might not be normally peaceful, but when I was peaceful today, now the discussion begins to like, what's next? And what would you do if you didn't have to worry about trying to make a living? You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't have anything that I want to do. I don't want to do anything. So I created myself a goal with something that I was interested in, which is to make a live action One Piece adaptation. Now, I don't know exactly how I'm going to get all the components in it, but if we listen to Sadhguru, he says, nothing can stop a one-pointed mind. You focus your mind, your thought gets put in one direction, then your emotion gets put in one direction, then the fundamental life energies gets put in one direction. Once all these things happen, you don't have to even lift a little finger actually to make it happen. This is what he said. So then he also said that if at one point in his life he was spending 6 hours a day just with his eyes closed, 6, 8, 10 hours a day sitting with his eyes closed, and he gave the audience an experiment with just doing 3 hours every day. Just sit with your eyes closed, even 1 hour. But he said, at first he said 3 hours. If someone does that, then you have the necessary energies to reach the peak. This is what he said. Now, I'm not trying to reach the peak right now. I'm not trying to reach the peak, but I want to reach the peak in terms of my influence. He also did say that you can change things with just the power of intention. You can change things, but I wonder how significant that could be if you have the necessary energies to do so. So I'm going to give myself an experiment. I'm going to write it down. Basically, it will consist of still doing the Shamavi twice a day, still doing the Isha Kriya. I might do it once a day, but I'm going to spend, I was thinking 2 hours. I'll spend 2 hours. Maybe I might change it to 3, maybe 1. We'll see after this video. But I'll spend 2 hours with my eyes closed. And then after the 2 hours with my eyes closed, not sleeping in vertical postures, being awake just with my eyes closed, not really concentrating, just being awake. You know, whatever thoughts come by, let them come by. Let everything come by, and just being present. And then after the 2 hours, I'll do a 30-minute session of assuming the feeling of wish fulfilled. Neville Goddard's Assuming the Feeling of the Wish Fulfilled. I'll do a 30-minute session, so 2 hours, 30 minutes of that whole routine. As far as what to do after, I have no idea what I'm gonna do after. You know, but according to Sadhguru, this will raise your energies, and it's just an experiment that I'll do. I'll try it for a day. I might try it for 2, just to see like what it is he's talking about. I'm just trying to see what he's talking about, you know. And then in that 30 minutes, I'm gonna spend like 10, maybe 15 minutes gathering the state of the thing in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, making it real. And then once the reality of it is there, I'm gonna shoot my intention out with as much power and intention as I can. I'm just gonna shoot it out in my entire being until like I fuse myself out, basically. I get super tired. That's essentially what I'm gonna do. This is not a thing to try to get anywhere, to get something. This is just a simple experiment. But yeah, I'm gonna write it down exactly what I'm gonna do, and we'll see. And why am I doing this? Because I don't know what to do. I have no idea how to make a goal happen like that. I'm sitting here, I wanna just make it happen right now. And I don't know, but to say that, you know, the logical linear way that everybody does things is the way to do it, no. Especially when you have something that is beyond, quote unquote, is said to be beyond the normal capabilities of one person. You know what I mean? You need something, a different dimension of energy to cultivate, to assist you. You cannot do this with, let me go get a job and earn this amount of money for a whole year to do this thing. It's just not enough. There's certain things that you need to, certain forces that you need to move in order to assist you with this thing. Intelligence in this illogical existence, like intelligence is beyond the logical mind of a human being. I'm 23. For me to say, oh, my human self, I'm 23 years on this earth, this is the way you do it. How the fuck do I know? This existence has been here for billions of years. You know what I'm trying to say? So you think you know every fucking thing as a human being, that, oh, this is the way to do it, you know? So I'm gonna listen to Sadhguru. I'm gonna take his advice, because this is a guy who, if he wants to, can make a multi-billion-dollar business, can have lots of money, can do all these things. He's totally capable. So this is the guy to listen to, and he's happy, and he lives for the world. So it's the best guy to listen to understand what he's trying to say. Take his advice, experiment with it. Then you see that goals are not really it. That's it, you know. After the goal, after the One Piece live action adaptation, what am I gonna do? I'm really just gonna, if I have enough money, I'll just get like a little thing, like maybe like a car, a van, and I'll just be chilling for the rest of my life, doing my practice, my Shamavi, maybe get Shunya, just get my spiritual game more on point. Let's not really spend the rest of my days after making the goal happen, or whatever's required of me, like whatever's needed. Anyways, that's all I have to say. This video's gonna get too long.